All right, got my 100th coffee for the day. I also got my water ready, so let's go ahead and break down MNQ. Just to get it off right off the rip here, we took losses today, both on pivots and ORB. Unfortunately, today was a very low volume day. December is a month where historically we will have lower volume because I am trading, since pivots and ORB are both breakout related strategies, you can expect those breakouts to have lower momentum. Nonetheless, with pivots, it does calculate in the lower volatility for it to recognize a smaller breakout. Same with ORB, it will also recognize if there's lower volume and will generate the SL and TP based on the volatility of the market. Now, I am expecting ICT related strategies to do better within the first couple of weeks of December, only because they are mean reverting like strategies. You're generally trying to find some sort of sweep of liquidity and then price to move the opposite way. And I'll show you guys that here shortly. We're not just going to review pivots, not just ORB, we're going to talk a little ICT as well, because I think that's important to talk about, just to understand and get you guys to understand what everyone is looking at, because I think it's good to understand a variety of strategies, especially even when you're just trading one, right? Just keeps you well-rounded. It's like almost like sending one to school and having them go through, what do you call it? Like a STEM program or something, if you guys are familiar with STEM. Nonetheless, let's be on the point. Let's jump into this, right? Let's go to MNQ today. Let's talk about pivots real quick first, right? Here is pivots. What you have to do if you are using pivots, you got to go down to this bottom right corner here and click on scale price chart only. That way you can actually see the pivots. As you can see, today we did open up some long positions here, right? As you can see, the pivots are a little bit tighter than they normally are. They're tighter because the volume is lower, which is to be expected in December. However, if you guys did watch my TikTok, YouTube short, Instagram reel, whatever, it's the same one across all platforms, I did talk about how there was 10 a.m. news getting released right here, right? So here's that 10 a.m. news. And whenever we have 10 a.m. Eastern news, right, or really any red folder event after the 9:30 open, we can expect price really to chop until the release of this news event. So if we look closely here, right, and we go to where 10 a.m. is, and we go ahead and mark out 10 a.m. Eastern. 10 a.m. Eastern is right here. Price did exactly what I said it would do, which is chop, right? Here's the open of price. As you can see, we had this nice windmill effect all the way until here, right? There's that 10 a.m. volume, so we can box that out. So as you can see, we eventually swept all of that volume, all of that chop, eventually had that retracement back to the 50% of that volume, did a little retest and decided to go further, right? So regardless, was this still a good position today for pivots? The way pivots work is you take everything that the data tells you to take, right? So if it's telling you to take buy stops, if it's telling you to hit the take profit here and the stop loss there, that's what you do. And let me go ahead and pull up Strategy Tester and show you. As long as you follow it, you should be good to go. Nonetheless, this was pivots today, not too much else to talk about. If you haven't seen this YouTube short or TikTok reel regarding what I am talking about in terms of the 10 a.m. East news event, I'm just going to throw it up here, as well as the link for that as well, so you can go see that. Today, we have high volume news coming out at 10 a.m. Eastern. Usually when we have red folder news events coming out after the New York Stock Exchange Open, aka 9:30 a.m. East, usually the market will chop a little bit before that news event. So if you're trading breakouts, I would be a little bit more cautious until the release of the event. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about ORB now. So let me go ahead, pop up ORB. As you can see, ORB did not pop a position for a while here, actually, right? Why? Here is the first V1 range that it produced. That V1 range here at the 9:30 open, we did not quite close above the high of the range here, and we wick rejected the low of the range, right? So already within the first 5 minutes of the open, V1 did not produce a position. So I already know that we don't have anything from a high probability perspective here on V1. Now, second thing, the overnight session here, as you can see, printed the high of the day here and the low of the day here. So as you can see, we had no correlation or no manipulation or break at the high or low of the day. So already another high probability setup or Confluence is already destroyed. It's not even a part of the equation at this point here. So ORB today, not really the best trading day. If you guys look at the reel that I posted up today or the TikTok, right, you'll hear me say, hey, I'm putting in very low risk on this position here. Why? Because there was no high probability setup. So I put on the lowest amount of contracts that I possibly could have for this position. So this just overall wasn't the best day for ORB. For pivots, you take the trade no matter what. For ORB, you could have most definitely taken it, but if you were to have taken it like me, you should have applied really low risk. There's no reason why you would apply high risk on this position. Now, regardless, I didn't even trade V1 today. I traded V4. V4 and V1 just so happened to have the exact same setup, right? The reason why I traded V4 today was because for V1, I generally want to stop trading V1 after the first 5 to 10 minutes of the open. That's when I naturally switched over to V4 and waited for this range to get broken above and closed above here. I did see this wick rejection, which I liked, and gave you a little bit more confidence within this trade. And if you guys saw within my live trading reel, right, I didn't have my stops here. Once we moved halfway through the position, I started protecting about 25% of the way. So instead of hitting a full SL today, we did hit around a 75% stop loss, which is not too bad. Name of the game is managing risk. As long as you're managing risk, then over time you will be sustainably profitable. Now let's talk about ICT today, right? Because what I did see that was absolutely gorgeous was this session sweep right here. We liquidated this session over here. And if we come into the 32nd, I did see this nice IFEG come and play out right here. You could have taken these longs. So IFEG's ICT today played out gorgeous, right? Reason for that being is we're in mean reverting markets right now. Like I've already mentioned before, it's December. And in December, we can expect those ICT mean reverting strategies to really come to life. Well, you could have had a position right here, some longs right there with stops right below the low, or if you wanted to guesstimate right below the IFEG, that would have been fine. You could have aimed for the New York pre-market high and got a very decent risk to reward position on this. Nonetheless, the other thing that I saw, and you guys will also see this in the live trading reel, the 15-minute chart, right after the open, here's a 945 candle. I did see this little 15-minute gap in here. And I was looking for 30-second confirmation within that gap. We did not get it. There was that 30-second IFEG in here. Here we did not close above it. We did not get in post New York Stock Exchange open position for IFEGs. However, as you can see right here, market did manipulate lower into this. If we had a 15-minute fair value gap there, I would have tried to take something within this. Another way you can view this is, you pull up the enhanced market structure that I have. And let me show you this real quick. Here's the enhanced market structure. You can see we had that break structure above those highs. Generally, once we have that break structure, right, we can take the market's low, go to high. You can see that we came to that 50% level here, right? And actually, I believe I can go ahead and pop up the zones for this. Let's see if it pops it up. There you go. So there's the 50% zone right here. This one's not tracking correctly. So that's why I'm going to turn that off. But, have is the low of the candle here popping up to that high. That's where it develops that 50% zone. And you could trade the actual liquidity of the market rather than trying to just look for IFEGs. And then you can take like a second inversion within there. So that's kind of like an overview of everything, pivots, or and a little bit of ICT on how ICT traders would read the market. Overall, shitty day. But point of these breakdowns is to show you every win, every loss, and the results of essentially all the strategies that we create. So every single day you're going to see a breakdown, whether that is a win or whether that is a loss. And overall showing you everything, right? Nonetheless, you guys had similar trades today. You're on the right track, right? It's to understand when it's a proper losing day. Again, the idea is to basically show you the reality of what a profitable strategy over time looks like. And today is just unfortunately one of those losing days, right? But Nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed today's breakdown. We'll be throwing this up here shortly. Subscribe if you're new. Like this video. Share it out with somebody else. I'll see you in the next one.